capital of science? Looks more like castle of not science. Why so spurious? You may notice that Mega Man's aim seems a little unsteady here. Either that's an intentional function of the weapon, or else Mega Man's been hitting the sauce in between stages. Perhaps he thought this was Nightcap Man? Excuse me, good sir, do you have the time? Excuse me, sir, do you... How rude. This one's a real crowd pleaser, a lesser-known function of the power puncher, whatever that thing's called. Not a safe thing! Not safe, wait there. No, go back, wait, you'll die! You'll get squishified and spike of food, and, wow, I'm... alive. How nice. Here's why Y-Spear can be useful. It cuts through enemy shields like a knife through buttery cliches. Really? Nightman, this is the best line of defense you have to offer? It's built on the premise that people can't shoot through walls. Come on! Oh, sorry. This room looks like it should be dangerously frighteningly dangerous, but it's not. Endurance! There's randomly spinning wheels on the wall and a bed of nails on the ground. Unless you have nightmares of getting a flat tire, it's not scary! Now, the things that I do with this weapon may not seem very interesting. Unlike that was interesting right there. Until you've actually tried to pull off some of these stunts on your own. It can be kind of tricky to aim properly with a constant up-down, up-down. Fortunately, there's no left-right, A, B, or start. Whoa, no, wait, hang on a second. Eddie, flip-top. Speechless. You just gave me a useful power-up? I was low on weapon energy, and you gave me a weapon power-up? That's amazing! And you're angry! Grrr! Must be because I shot off your glasses, and glasses equals science, apparently, and now you can't do science! And you are fire! On fire. Destroyed. By fire. Oh, this part is so much fun. Yeah! 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 It's like a bouncy castle at a theme park of awesome! Aha, now I could take that path and fight Nightman, but instead I'm gonna take this path and fight Nightman. Ah! You just ruined my beautiful, perfect run of this stage! And it's all entirely my fault. Gotta be more careful. Taking the lower path will bring you to the exact same night fight as you'll find up above, except if you beat Nightman down here, you'll get a special bonus, in addition to his weapon. Ah, but you notice the background's a little bit different now than before I paused. That's because through the magic of video editing, I've brought Mega Man to the upper path once again, just so that you can see the different backgrounds. Uh-oh, I think my jump button just stopped working. Oh, you can knock back the bosses, too! I'm gonna push you around, Nightman. Well, I will. Oh, I will. No, really, guys, I think my jump button has ceased functioning, which means I can't dodge. Cannot dodge. Stay back! No, you're not knocking me into a corner here. Go away. Can you tell I'm just messing with you? Because I'm not really convinced of myself. Blam! Watch closely. Ooh, do you see what I did? Because that's video editing! And now I'm in the lower chamber, and I'm going to enjoy the spoils, hopefully not spoiled spoils, of Nightman! Shields up! So now that I've technically beaten Nightman on the lower path, I get Night Crush and Beta Parts. Beta Parts? Oh, beat A parts! Oh, I get it now. Because robot birds are assembled using the power of spelling. My, what a mighty alphabet we have. And I'm going to show you a little something. Look closely at Flame Man and Nightman, where their pictures used to be. Well, there's different stuff there now. But I'll talk about that once I'm done fighting Plant Man with the power to plant. Every one of the robot masters in this game supposedly comes from a different country, and though I could tell you that Plant Man hails from Brazil, it may be better not to actually mention that at all. Oh, and notice my very precise and more impressive than it actually looks aiming. See, the reason for this is that every time I open my mouth, oh my goodness, my severed head is in the corner. That is gross! That's disgusting! Has anyone ever thought about the implications of just finding your head sitting around everywhere? It's creepy! Anyhow, people seem very eager to point out my omissions and correct my mistakes. Some people are very helpful and polite about this, and other people just can't wait to tell me how much of a total noob I am. Yeah, look at this noobage right here. I freely admit, I don't know everything there is to know about Mega Man. Because I'm a noob! However, even though I really do appreciate learning new things about how easy it is to defeat Elec Man or Bright Man without getting hit, unlike this mini-boss, this guy's hard. Yeah. Though I do appreciate legitimately helpful feedback about the mistakes and omissions and secret tricks that I failed to address in one of my videos, after a couple of months, I've usually heard just about everything there is to hear, so it does become a little difficult after a while to maintain a high level of enthusiasm when responding to people who just mean well, and when responding to people who are just, well, mean. That section I just got through there can be really fun if you're aiming well, and if you're not aiming well, it can become a frustratingly bouncy calamity. I suppose I could go back after releasing a video and fix my mistakes by adding all sorts of apologetic text boxes everywhere, but I don't know, I think those are kind of ugly. So, to conclude, that's why I won't tell you that Plant Man is from Brazil. And to conclude this battle, spears! You may recall me saying that Mega Man 6 is a little bit weird. Hey, I missed! Ah, well, my aim's gonna deteriorate through here a little bit anyhow. Oh well. So, it is in part a little bit weird because of its inconsistent difficulty. Hey, open up in there! Fine, I'll make you open up. Blech. Because there's a preponderance of enemy-based challenges in this game, as I mentioned, it's sort of the same deal as I felt with Mega Man 5 in Proto Man's Castle, where the difficulty was medium-low for a Mega Man game, except here there are occasional moments of where all of a sudden every shot you fire matters, and the littlest misstep will spell kaploosh. This is insane! You have to dodge and aim and wait and control the height of your bounce by holding or not holding the jump button, and distribute death via flame rain! Very fun, actually. I like that little touch, those energy pellets hanging out like they're blossoms on the flowers. Cute. Not terribly helpful if you're falling down a pit, but cute. So this is definitely one of those sections right there that is a sudden spike in difficulty. Plant Man is not a sudden spike of difficulty. Every rose does not have its thorny spike of difficulty-ness. I'm going to mock Plant Man. Watch me. Ah yes, Plant Man, thou art so mockable. You know what would have made a lot more sense? If Mega Man had a rush utility going into this level that would allow him to, I don't know, fly? That way we could actually survive that last portion of the stage without needing to learn how to play video games. You know what Plant Man gives you for beating him? The Rush Jet adapter. Feels like he and Flame Man should have switched swag. The Mega Man games often offer a cheaty face option for less adventurous gamers to increase their chances of survival in tricky sections, such as giving you Rush Jet to fly over top of everything, or giving you Time Stopper to freeze the onslaught of deadly cheese whiz that oozes out of the wall at high speed in Quick Man stage. Here, it's a little more like Mega Man 4, where you duck! Where you get Rush Marine after a stage that partially consists of water. This doesn't entirely make sense to me, and it doesn't entirely make sense to me why you get Rush Jet Adapter in a stage that could really benefit from having it more than some other stages. Notice Plant Man and Flame Man? What do their stages have in common? Maybe we'll start to see a pattern after we beat Blizzard Man, who runs on Snowler energy. The very first time I played Mega Man 6, I remember beating Plant Man last because I failed to grasp the nuances of bouncing. That's why I keep talking about how hard the stage is. Hoo-hoo, that was a little close. Hoo, and I can make projectiles disappear. Just like that. And I remember Blizzard Man, I think, maybe probably, so maybe I don't exactly remember, being the very first stage I went to. Ah, now here's Jet in action, and here's Jet in action. My story will become relevant later on, but let's not worry about it for right now. These enemies, called Ow Ow. Seriously. Or maybe it's pronounced Or, but it's spelled like Ow Ow. Hey, look, I'm melting things, and bouncing fireballs off of things. This is very neat. Want to know what else is neat? Check this out. I don't even know what sound effect that was. But I like that explosion sound effect. Oh man, this is the best part of the video. This is so... this is not the best part of the video. This is the worst part of the video. What am I thinking? Oh well, it gets better then. I'm sort of obsessive-compulsive about blowing up every block in my path, and... Creepy! Capcom, ew! rush power adapter is strong enough to knock back Nightman, so I wonder... Oh yeah! Oh yes it can! Oh yes it does. So this is the part of the stage where you can really tell where Canada Man is from. Where Blizzard Man is from. The ice evokes images of hockey, and the sport of curling is evident in the curling irons. Curlinger enemies. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Let's switch to plant barrier. See how this works. Yes! Okay! This is a barrier weapon. It will protect me from everything. Ah! Barrier, not bury me! Plants are not an effective means of self-defense. Unless you're versus zombies. Pew! Oh, beautiful! That was a nice, slick little thing there. Haha. So I was starting to tell you a story about how I was kind of disappointed with the music in Mega Man 6 the first time I played it. And I'm going to interrupt myself again to slide around a bit. Because I can. The music is a little more serious. You can tell right from the title screen. There's absolutely nothing wrong with serious music, but I've always seen the original Mega Man series, at least, as a little more upbeat. Even though the fate of the world is at stake, it's not like anybody's really gonna get hurt if you fail. Ugh, here goes my totally unnecessary block-smashing compulsion. I gotta break the habit, not the blocks. Wow, that rising-falling motion of the submarine is really making my spears go all over the place, and it's affecting my regular shots as well. It's just a pity that there's hardly anything to shoot at here. I mean, this could have been a really solid challenge instead of just looking pretty. Okay, here's something stupid. You should be patient and hang out in that grotto of goodies and not risk getting skewered on... Oh, this is gonna end badly. And by badly, I mean awesome. I don't know if you're like this, but I tend to have a personal soundtrack running through my head whenever I'm not actively talking to someone or listening to something, and a lot of the time that music is Mega Man music. And Blizzard Man is actually one of the most popular themes to come up in my head, especially when it's cold. I really do like the tune, and I actually do really like the music to this game. It took me a little while to warm up to it, or cool down to it in Blizzard Man's case, but it's still very good, it's very well performed. It's just a little bit different in flavor from the other games. Dance like a chicken! I love trying to slide into the corner there, it's so much fun. I also like that that last screen was a little bit puzzly. Good solid platforming trap. I miss those. After further consideration, and moonwalking, I think I have to amend my statement that I made in Mega Man 5 about that game's soundtrack being my all-time favorite Mega Man soundtrack. Probably. You see, I had made that statement after playing the game for about 3/4 of a year continuously with almost no other Mega Man games to listen to, and, well, that's called Stockholm Syndrome. I really love the game's soundtrack, but maybe not quite as much as I let on before. It's still very good. Okay, this is it. You're toast. You're fired. You're canned. Oh, Can, you're done. I'm sorry, I just single-handedly offended an entire nation and mortally wounded anybody else with ears. Not bad, just horrible.